I just broke the 3 golden rules of buying a used car. So let's find out what happened. So what are the 3 rules that you shouldn't break when buying a used car? Don't buy a car sight unseen, don't buy it in the dark, and don't buy a high mileage one. And bonus points, don't buy a BMW, maybe, I don't know. I broke all of those rules. So here's what happened. Back in 2024, I had a massive road trip coming up with me, some family, friends, and yeah, it was all around our country in beautiful Romania. So anyway, I had like 6 months to buy a new car because my license got suspended for 6 months. So I sold my previous car and I was like, oh, I have enough time to go and buy a car before the big road trip, right? And months have passed and I was busy with other stuff and I never really bothered looking for a car, you know. And fast forward into the summer of 2024 and we were like approaching the road trip and I had like 1 more month to find a car. So I started looking and I don't know, I had some things in my mind. I want this, I want that, you know, like all car shoppers do. So obviously I wanted something to be a bit more fun, but I just came from a very nasty low back problem, spasms and all that crap. I think my discs are messed up. I was also looking for something kind of comfortable, and being in Europe we have a lot of cars that most other places don't have, like comfortable French cars like the Citroens and you know, with their famous suspensions and stuff. So I was looking at something quirky like maybe a DS5. I was looking for a Countryman all of a sudden, like a Mini. I had in mind to raise it up and go do some funny off-road things with it. I think we had maybe like 3 or 4 Mini Countrymans in the country that were on sale at that time, and all of them were like 300 or 500 kilometers away, and without the car I didn't bother with our public transport because it sucks here. So I was like, I tested another BMW. I think it was like an X1 or something, and it had like a check filter, the particular filter for the diesel error, and the guy was like, but I'm sure it's fine. The windscreen was kind of cracked and it had many problems. I went to also check out a Volvo. I think it was like a V60, because you know, all the people say that they have comfortable seats, more comfortable than even an S-Class. So yeah, that one was in a pretty bad shape also. So fast forward to the day of the trip. The guys came from the United States, so they went ahead with the trip. They started from Bucharest on Monday at like 9 or 10 a.m. and here I was still searching for a car. And so I went crazy. I went to a bunch of dealers. I looked and called online, and I was even willing to go and buy a car in the cities that we were going to road trip through, and only go there with the train, buy the car and then continue from there. Anyway, I seen this ad online. It had 311,000 kilometers, a BMW 3 Series from 2014, diesel, and it was like kind of against all the rules, right? Don't buy it rushed, don't buy it with moon mileage, don't, you know, like without checking it on car vertical and not even feel it with them, or you know. So yeah, I went to the dealer. I spent like an hour in traffic in the Uber. I went there. The guy was professional. We took it for a ride. I drove it for like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes in a very busy area, and I couldn't even, you know, push it. Like maybe I did it like 60 or 70, that's kilometers per hour. We went back, we did the papers. I wanted to pay via bank account. Many people buy it cash here, so it was very crazy because I found this guy that he had like all luxury items inside, like Porsche Cayennes and I don't know, X6s, X6Ms and all that high-end cars, G63s and stuff like that. So the guy was, you know what, just send the money to the construction company that is building me a new place for the dealership, you know, and send him the money and then I will give you the keys and all of that. And I was like, how is that going to work if we have a problem? Like the money shows up in another bank account that's not even related to your dealership. And it's like, don't worry, man, don't worry. I did a transfer. The dealership guy just called the company, the construction company. I was like, hey man, did you see the amount that I owe you drop a little bit? And he was like, yeah, just came in from like a random dude. It's okay, he's the guy that is going to buy the BMW right now. Okay, click, gave me the keys and I went in the road trip. Fun fact, I thought this was a 320D. Turns out it was a 318 all the time, but chipped to 320D power. Now back to the main issue. It was already dark. Remember, I went to see the car 6 p.m. and the guys were already on the road like from like 10. They already hit the first spot Brasov for the night and checked in, and I was still here trying to buy the car, do the bags, and then run. But I end up in the first city that we stayed in at night, like midnight, and all was good. Anyway, we did 3,000 kilometers all around Transylvania, all around the west of the country, so I didn't do anything before I left, but I bought the car with no issues, even though I was stupid enough not to do any tests, not to even run it through some checks, you know. I just went with the guy that said, it's okay man, it's fine, it used to be of a friends of mine. I know it's bullshit most of the time, but in this case it was kind of right. So I came back from the trip, I did oil changes obviously and other stuff, and I think there was like an issue with the EGR and the swirl flaps, and they did that stuff and nothing, you know, crazy. And yeah, I did the oil, I did the swirl flap things, and there was an issue suddenly that I had noise, a whistling noise, a screeching noise coming from the engine. Every time I was accelerating there was that screeching, and I looked everywhere. I went and checked out the belt, I went to mechanics and there was like, man, I don't know, it probably leaks air somewhere. It's a BMW, it's a high mileage one, we don't know. The other service didn't have the air smoke machine, you know, to test the air leaks. So I went with the screeching noise, and I went on big road trips. Even I took it to the Transalpina. It's a very famous road here in Romania, kind of similar to Transfăgărășan, you know, the best road in the world as coined by Jeremy on Top Gear. But Transalpina is newer, is more smoother, and some would say even has better views. So we came back, I went to check the screeching noise, and turns out it was very bad screwed bolt in the cylinder head gasket. And I think when the previous service did the swirl flaps, they kind of messed up and they screwed it weirdly and too tight, I guess. This was now 2085, so I went and did the new, you know, changes for the services, or like I added the brake pads, the discs, and some bushings. I've done all of that, which, you know, it's nothing wrong with the car because those are consumables, and I did push a little bit. Yeah, and these new service guys were like, oh, and I think the noise is coming from this badly screwed, you know, it was very tight and in an angle which was not normal. So we have to call another guy, a specialist and stuff like this, because we don't want to risk it to make things worse, and we have to wait a bit. So the other guy came, they got out the bolt, the screw, you know, and put in another one, and now there's no more noise. With everything changed, I just did like 1,000 kilometer road trip, even now in the winter time, so the road conditions were kind of slippery and snow in some places. Hearing another whistling noise now from the turbo. New service told me that the car is fine perfectly everywhere. They did the check around before I went to this new other trip, so I want to make sure that the car is okay. And yeah, it said maybe there's a new faint noise coming from the turbo and you'll have to do that next. So that's on the to-do list, but other than that, the car is fine. It's been comfortable even for my back, even though it has the push seats. I don't have lumbar support, I don't have, you know, they are not electric, so I just have this IKEA pillow for like $10 and it's fine, and something for the headrest. Will I keep it longer? I don't know, man. I don't really do too many short trips with it. In the city I don't have to go anywhere because I work from home. Most of the time I'm just literally making up trips just to go and stretch the legs a bit of the car, to give it that Italian tune-up that diesels need from time to time, you know, to clear the filters. And so I go and do my shopping like 30 minutes away just to get a little bit on the highway and, you know, push a little bit. Otherwise I just go to the stores and it takes me like 4 or 5 minutes by car, and it's kind of bad for a diesel to just run for 4 or 5 minutes and then turn back. It's not that great. But for me, I'm doing mostly road trips and I go many hundreds of miles or kilometers at a time, and yeah, diesels are really great for that, especially here. I know it's not a popular choice for car enthusiasts, you know, diesels is like, yeah, but yeah, I don't know, for my lifestyle now, as a older guy, it's fine, man. It's okay. I can put whatever in the back. I put a tank of diesel and I go like 500 kilometers like it's nothing. I don't give a care. So will I do it all over again? Probably not in this way. Again, it was really dumb. I've done already like 10 to 12,000 kilometers. I'm just taking out for longer drives and I haven't drove it all that much anyway. I'll probably do it again, but I will not buy a wagon, even though I started to like it. But yeah, maybe I'll get a 5 Series next because yeah, I want a bit more comfort. I'm not trying to race anymore and do all the crazy stuff anymore. I remember taking an exit from the highway in a service area and I took it kind of fast and I was like, man, if I was in another car, I probably wouldn't have made it. Like if it had front wheel drive and if it was a bit heavier and longer, like an X5 or something. So yeah, it's fun to drive even as a base spec diesel model. It's still a 3 Series, still perfectly 50-50 balanced. It takes corners like crazy. It's a great daily car, but for me it's a road trip cars. Probably I will get something more comfortable and that's it. So will I recommend? Sure. By the way, this is the N47 engine that everyone is saying that is going to explode and it hasn't exploded yet. So yeah, no engine lights, no other issues, not even oil temp, not even watery. Bye.